9 here, bringing you guys another NHL 21 video. So first off, I'm going to address the PS4 giveaway. It's going to be tonight. I'm not sure when the video is going to be uploaded, but I know a lot of you have been asking. It's been delayed. It will be tonight. I guarantee it will be tonight. So just hang tight, guys. But aside from that, I am going to be doing a video on some of the more underrated players in case you guys are starting out or you guys don't know how to go building your teams. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight on where to start, where to go, what to look for, because I know this year has been a little bit different for everyone. And yeah, so I'm not the best HUT player. I'm just going to get that right out the way. I'll show you guys my HUT chance record right now. We're 8-4. We're not the worst, but we're certainly not the best. We're kind of mediocre, so we're right in the middle of the pack, kind of. Maybe a little bit better than, maybe above average. But anyways, I know that it's been tough for all of us trying to build those teams, trying to get what we need. And the main thing I've noticed, and they have done some balance changes though, is speed still remains a huge thing. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown of some of the cheaper cards, some of the better cards to help get your teams going. I'll show you guys how my team looks, and most of these cards are actually on my team that will go a long way to help you build a team. We'll start off with centers, and this guy right here. This card is so good, I'm not even kidding. The two main synergies you guys want to have activated early on in the year is Speedster and Distributor. The Speedster gives you a +4, and Distributor gives you a +3 to speed. The Distributor is a team synergy, so everyone gets a +3. Speedster's just on the individual players, gives them a +4. So if you have both activated, look at this Matt Duchene. He's got 97 speed. This early in the year, this card is a must-have. He's still going for quite a bit. He's not as underrated as what the other cards that we're going to talk about, but definitely I still say that he's an underrated card, only being an 84 overall. So definitely a buy in my opinion. He's got decent stats. Shooting could be a little bit better. His hands aren't the strongest, but with that kind of speed, this guy allows him to, you know, burn through the defense and really make things happen on the ice. The next card we'll talk about is on Zaitsev. He is another decent card, not going to lie. He's got really good face-offs. We need that in the game. He's got 85 face-offs. Passing's an 89 if you had Distributor on. Puck control as well. Wrist shot power goes up to a 91 because of his Speedster. And if you guys do have both synergies, he becomes an 89 speed. So this is a bigger player, bigger centerman. 89 speed activated on this card makes him completely lethal. Definitely one of the best cards I've used so far in the game. I'll show you guys my stats with these cards after as well, but another really strong card. The next here is my boy Claude Giroux. He's got 93 speed if you have both these synergies activated. I'd really try and activate Distributor. You guys are going to have to take a couple of the weaker end players to help build that. I'll give a few of them in case you guys need that, but I'd highly suggest Henrique's video on the 100K Distributor video. I'll post a link in the description for that, but he posts a really good thing if you guys are just starting out on where to build and how to really get a team that's going. But yeah, 93 speed on this Claude Giroux. He's got 85 faceoffs as well. Wrist shot's not that good. It's only an 81 power, but with this synergy, gives him an 85 with Speedster. Passing goes up to a 92 and puck control to a 92 with Distributor activated. Honestly, these cards are like really good, underrated budget cards. They're not too expensive right now. The market actually took quite a bit of a crash, so we're starting to see it level off a bit with all these more high-end cards coming into the game. We now have 91s in the game, so we're starting to see a little bit of a peak there. We will move on to some left wingers here, and these cards are pretty good. We got Huberdeau here. Look at this, 92 speed if you have both activated. It would be an 89 without the Distributor. I know for a lot of you it's going to be really hard with Distributor. That's why I recommend Henrique's video. 89 shot power, 92 passing, 92 puck control if you have it, and 88 durability. Decent card. He's got really good stats. He can fly down the ice. It's like I said, speed is such a crucial factor this early in the year. I don't know if it's going to change anytime soon, but for right now, it's the current meta, and honestly, he's been unreal for me. Another one I'd recommend here is this Tatar. He's only an 82, but with these synergies, brings him up to 91 speed. His shot's okay, but mainly you want to focus on your speed. That's your bread and butter. Your speed's so crucial. Any card that has Speedster automatically is going to be a really good card to have. Distributor is a little bit tougher to get. You're gonna need your coach. You're gonna need 2 goalies that have Distributor, and then you're gonna have a bunch of cards. Unless you have high-end talent, like the 90 overalls that have distributor activated, you guys are going to have to really fend for some like 77s and stuff like that. I've got a few on my team. Don't worry about that. When it makes your whole team that much better, you can afford to lose, a couple players here and there. But yeah, Tatar, another really strong card I'd recommend. And this guy's got distributor. The only reason I have him on my team is Mikhail Vodka. And look at this. He's got an 88 speed with distributor activated. So he's got decent speed. Obviously not as fast as the other cards because he doesn't have the speedster synergy. So you can't really have both with those cards. But still a really decent card. He's got average stats. He's going for about 8K though because of this distributor synergy. And he is one of the higher ends. I think Bertuzzi's he's the most expensive. He's an 83 overall. And he's going for like 60K right now on the market. So if you guys can't afford the Bodker, I'd recommend Marcus Sorensen. But the Bodker is probably the best bang for your buck if you guys are really trying because he's got 88 speed. That is still really good for a low-end card. And he's still got decent stats that can get you through. Definitely a fourth liner in my opinion, but helps you go a long ways. The next two I'm going to recommend are Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel, 100%. He's not that expensive, believe it or not. With both synergies, he's got 94 speed. He's got 91 wrist shot power. The card is phenomenal. 91 passing and puck control if you do have distributor activated. He's got decent stats all around. His deking's pretty good. This card is unreal. I'm telling you guys right now, as you guys can see, he's played 114 games. If you look in the bottom right, he's got 68 goals, 60 assists. He's over a point a game with a plus 91 for me. Honestly, one of the better cards that I've used so far in the year. I think Duchesne's probably been my best. I really love that Duchesne. And next up is another cheaper card, 83 overall, and that's Filip Forsberg. Without the distributor, he's only got 87 speed, but still good enough speed to get you through. He's got decent shooting stats, decent deking and stuff like that. And like I said, it's the best bang for your buck. So you want to look for these players that, aren't too expensive. You don't want to go out and spend all your coins on, high-end players if you don't really have to. If you guys have the coins, then by all means. But I know for me, I've been trying to conserve the budget just a little bit. I haven't really spent any money so far in this year's game, and it's been paying off decent for me. We had a decent hut chance run last week, and with rivals and squad battles, we've been able to do decent without having to spend money. And then next, I'll recommend Kaaleyamamoto. He's only got 85 speed if you have distributor on, only 82 if you don't have it on. But you guys are going to need these kind of cards. They don't have a lot of cards out there that are decent with distributor on this early in the year. Unfortunately, that's the case. Unless you guys, like I said, if you guys have the big budgets, you guys don't need to go for a Kaaleyamamoto. But these are the underrated cards. That's what I call them. Cards that really help go a long way early on in the year. That's going to help you guys out tremendously moving forward. I think these are some of your better options. Defensively, there's not a lot. I'd recommend this Werenski because he does have speedster on. But unfortunately, if you guys don't have like 30K to spend, I didn't recommend. I didn't put him in the actual video. But if you guys do have that kind of coin, definitely a good option. He's very quick, very decent. But the ones I do mention are Morgan Rielly. He's not too expensive. He's got 89 speed with his stats without distributor, 92 if you do have distributor. Makes it very quick for a defenseman. He's got decent shooting stats. He's got okay puck movement, puck handling skills. So again, not a bad defenseman. He's not too expensive either, so he's a really cheap card. The other one I do recommend is Cam Fowler. He's got 88 speed with speedster on, and his shot's not too bad. His accuracy lacks quite a bit though. His passing in that, not too strong, but he is decent. He's good in his defensive end for the most part, and he's not a bad card if you guys are just starting out and you guys need that underrated card to help get you through. On the other side, I don't have 83 Latang, but I would say 83 Latang. If you guys can afford the 84, definitely recommend the 84, but unfortunately, a lot of us don't have the coins for this. Like me, even I'm playing guys that have, Gretzky's and they've got Lemieux, and it's really hard this early in the game when you guys don't have that kind of top-notch talent. So I know for a lot of us, coins are very scarce right now, unless you guys have put a lot of money into the game. I'm not one of those people, so I can't vouch for that. But I know it's going to be tough for a lot of you trying to get this coin. He's about 30K, but I'd recommend the 83 Latang first. He's got very good stats, basically the same stats that you see here, but he's got a little bit of a boost on this card. So speed would be about an 88, I believe. Might be an 87. I think it's an 88 though on the 83. That's still very good speed if you have the speedster. If you guys have the distributor activated as well, it'll be a 91 speed or a 90. I can't remember how much of a plus. I think it's a +1, but definitely a really good card. He's only going for about like 5K as well, this Chris Latang. So the 83 Latang is going for about 5K, not even. Definitely a card that you guys can go pick up. The next I recommend is because he does have distributor on. This is one of the best defensive cards with distributor in the game, not gonna lie here, and that's 83 Spurgeon. He's actually not going for too much. I picked mine up for like 9K, but the distributor is very hard to activate. It's very tough. There's not a lot of good cards out there. An 83 overall defenseman. I was using Adam Boquist before. He's a 77 overall, but if you guys can get this 83, it's basically like a Latang. It's an 83 overall. It's pretty decent, and if you guys do have the distributor synergy activated, brings it to an 89 speed. Not bad. Passing and puck control go up to 90. Very good offensive stats. He's decent defensively as well. He's got good discipline. He can hit decently. He's got decent defensive stats. His shot's not too terrible either. So definitely a card that I would recommend just because of that distributor this early on in the year. Can't go wrong with it, guys. And the two goalies I use, honestly, because you guys need the distributor synergy activated, or it makes such a difference. Like I was going with just speedster for half the beginning of the year. I transitioned to getting the distributor. It cost me about 60K, but definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made. The team plays a lot smoother than before. Is Pekka Rinne and Mikko Koskinen. These goalies are two decent ones. They have a lot. Like you can get 83 Ben Bishop and he's got distributor, but that's going to run you like 50K. Why spend 50K when you don't really have to? Get low budget goalies. Pekka Rinne, if I show you guys the stats right now, he hasn't been playing too terrible for me thus far in the year. I can't really say he hasn't played too many games, but I'll show you how he looks. So he's 26-5. He's stopping 81% with a 2.69 goals against. Those are some pretty solid numbers for a goalie. Mind you, half these games are probably squad battles, but even in squad battles playing on the hardest difficulty, putting up those kind of numbers is still pretty good for a goalie, not going to lie. And then if we look here, some of these players that I mentioned, like Huberdeau, 133 points in 97 games. Phil Kessel, 128 points in 114 games. Tatar, 119, 135. Duchesne, 102 and 90. 102 and 100. Claude Giroux on the fourth line has 95 points in 123 games. Unreal stats for these guys. Rielly's putting up nearly half a point a game as a defenseman. Forsberg's been playing pretty good on the third line. Werenski, not going to talk about him as much because I said that he's a little out of budget right now, I'd say. Cam Fowler doing decent, about 0.33 points per game there. Yamamoto on the fourth line, 26 points in 31 games. And Chris Latang is not the other one, but 83 is not much more of a difference, and he's over 0.5 points per game. And Spurgeon and Vodka have only played 4 games for me. I just picked them up. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are this year. Let me know if I missed anyone. Who do you guys recommend? I know there's a lot of cards that I probably missed. These are cards that I use on my team, low budget for the most part. There's a couple out there that are a little pricier, but for the most part, I know Duchesne is going to be one of the more higher budget cards out of all the ones I did mention, but that's just because he's got 97 speed if you have both activated, and that's like insanely quick this early in the game. But let me know if this helps you guys in any way. Let me know if I missed anyone, any thoughts like that. If you guys are still wondering about the giveaway, it's going to be tonight. I can assure you tonight is going to be the draw. Don't have to worry. I know I've been putting it back a little bit. I'm really sorry about that. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment. I will leave Henrik's video in the description so you guys can check that out. He's a great YouTuber, great content creator, and I love Henrik. And if you guys haven't already, hit that sub button, guys. We're closing in to 450. We're at 440 right now. So anyways, guys, see you guys soon.